Jungle.
They will arrest you and so forth. But you, with ZANU-PF budget for the abnormal, they can do anything. But if you are going to budget for the abnormal, the danger is that you might actually be paralyzed from inaction. You might actually be arrested for inaction. By arrested, I mean you yourself might actually put yourself in a corner. It's called the chilling effect. You create a situation where citizens can't breathe, citizens can't move. So one of the things that we did yesterday by confronting the police, by going back to SAPES yesterday, was basically to show them that we are not afraid of you. We can confront of you, confront them. These things are going to increase. They're going to kill people. They've killed people before. Look at what they did on the 1st of August 2018. Look at what they did on the 19th of January 2019. For Christ's sake, look at what they did during Gukura Wundi when 30,000 people we died, were killed. But I don't think that we can we can basically say we can anticipate every challenge. We can't. Two, I don't think we can freeze in our tracks and allow fascism to continue. So we'll continue speaking. There are now new methods of technologies allowing us to have new methods of communicating our people. And I also hope that comrades in the diaspora will replicate the same, efforts. Where there's a will, there's always a way. We are the victims, and so we can't be blamed for anticipating or failing to anticipate that they will bomb Dr. Mandaza Sapes or Gilbert Mbuende's home. But there's a limit to which the regime can do these things, and will continue exposing the same. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Over to you, Jacob Ngaruvume. Yeah, do you have any thing you want to say in response to any one of those questions?
Thank you, my brother. Two quick things. The first is that I want to inform you that one of the panelists we had yesterday from the church, Dr. Gomo, is also supposed to be a panelist on this platform now. He has sent you his request to be speaker. I think just check for him, please. He's from the church, specifically Zimbabwe Divine Destiny. So just check for him to be speaker. Then secondly,
if they can, if they can send me a message, because I'm looking at my messages, I'm not seeing anyone. But if they can send me a message, and then I can be in a position to support, their handle. Thank you very much, for that.
Okay, fine. I hope he will. Then the second thing I want to say is that in terms of the way forward, it will be articulated by Comrade Munyaradzi Gwisai, who is also speaker tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in terms of what we do to deal with the dictatorship as far as muzzling, our freedoms is concerned, I think we have just done that. After they bombed SAPES Trust, we went back to SAPES Trust to hold the press conference there. We insisted. They continued to block us. And what did we do? We went to one of our legal practitioners, and then we held part of the press conference at that place, and we got the message out before they disrupted again. And after that, we went back to SAPES Trust. I think that shows determination. That shows determination. And today, we are holding this X space to make sure that we express ourselves in the points that we wanted. So the point really is, we will not be driven by fear. Neither would we want our young people to be made afraid to confront the dictatorship. I think it's all up to us, the people of Zimbabwe, to step forward and say enough is enough, this is wrong, and we will resist it. I think this is what we should expect. You know, they are determined, the regime is determined to make sure that the message of opposing the 2030 nonsense does not go out. But we are determined. We are prepared to risk everything to make sure that the message goes out, and sooner it will be time for action, and we will be part of the citizens and will lead from the front as your leaders to make sure that whatsoever we agree on, even that way forward must come from the people. There are going to be consultations, and whatever you decide that we do, we will do it with you, leading you from the front. We will never forsake you, and we will never be at the back of the firing line. We'll be right in the front of it. So that is our assurance as your leaders, that we are prepared to go all the way until we stop this nonsense. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Honorable Tibeko, is there anything that you want to say?
Not much, Uncle Bates.
Right.
Safe to say that, yeah, I think all questions that have been asked,
Have
my
been answered.
colleagues have been answered, yes.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. I want to go to Honorable Scala. You have come through with another handle. Can you hear me now? Honorable Scala?
No, you are now very clear. I'm using my daughter's account. You know, she didn't
Oh,
upload it. She's using a new budget, so she was trying to upload that one written Mona Lisa Scala.
All right. Yeah, you must, next day, I want you, after this, we want lessons. Mona Lisa must do, or she can give you even a ghost account that you can come with. I'm just joking. But,
I don't do ghost accounts. It's for the
you don't do
cowards.
the ghost
I'm not
account.
a coward. I'm not a coward. I confront you if I've got an issue with you.
I know, I'm just joking. But, in the previous one, there's a point that you are about to raise. The point of the African Union. Can you start us from there?
No, thank you very much, Uncle Jeds. I wanted to say that our this fight against the extension of the term of office, what they describe in terms of Article 30 of the African Union Constitutive Act as prolongation of office, prolongation of term of office, is a criminal act that has been described in terms of the African Union Constitutive Act and also the Lome Declaration is the unconstitutional change of government. So what Mnangagwa is and his pro 2030 agencies are trying to do is they are trying to do a coup against our own people. The African Union Constitutive Act has protected citizens of states by mentioning where regimes would be rendered rendered to have committed an unconstitutional change of government when they prolong their term of office through constitutional amendments for them to remain in power. This came as a result after a number of many African dictators and despots wanted to extend their terms of office via a third term constitutional amendment, which even leaders like Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria tried. Yoweri Museveni of Uganda successfully did it. Paul Kagame of Rwanda did the same, and so many other African heads of state, including the late Sam Nujoma in Namibia. So it is criminalized both in terms of international law. So when we are resisting the 2030, we are not only standing on the citadel of our own national constitution. We are also informed by international conventions and covenants, which Zimbabwe is party to. Zimbabwe is party to the African Union, and the Constitutive Act of the African Union governs the way how we should conduct our political business in Zimbabwe. So Mnangagwa is fighting against the national constitution on the domestic front, and on the international front is also fighting against the provision of the African Union Constitutive Act. It also, clearly spells out that leaders who want to prolong their terms of office through constitutional amendments of their domestic constitutions to extend their terms of office is a criminal act of an unconstitutional change of government, which is a coup against its own people. So people must be informed clearly that Mnangagwa is trying to coup us for him to remain in power. He will not be supported by the constitution of our own country as enunciated by Honorable Tendai Biti, and also as clearly spelled out by Honorable Duleko Swand, that the systematic mutilation of our constitution since his rise to power in 1917, some of the things that we took as if it's a joke, and some members even from whom we anticipated from the opposite, whom we anticipated to be opposition, supported the extension and prolongation of the term of office of the current Chief Justice and the Constitutional Court judges. So having said that, the people of Zimbabwe must not be afraid that the resistance to the 2030 agenda is a hollow political grandstanding. It is a lawful act supported in terms of our own domestic national constitution and also in terms of international law, as elucidated in the African Union Constitutive Act, Article 30. So as long as we know that what we are doing is the support of the congruent constitutional and jurisprudential issues, we must not hesitate for us to put our lives on the block. We are prepared to put our lives on the block on the basis that we know we are right. And as long as we are fighting on the side of right, we are not ashamed. We are talking about ourselves being under surveillance 24/7. We don't have any freedom for us to go even anywhere in public places. They are always trailing us on a daily basis. The kind of lives that we are living back home here, we are prisoners who are walking as if we are free while we are not. Then one of us, even today when I was coming from town to Chitungwiza with Jacob Ngarume today in the morning, we were using Jacob Ngarume's car. They were following us right until he dropped me at my house in St. Mary's here. We wonder for what purpose. But the issue with the underestimating is our determination to make sure that we know that our fight is on the right side of history. Like what Honorable Prince Duleko Swanda said. Ladies and gentlemen, while listening here, listen very carefully. We are prepared to die for this. It will be recorded in history that one day men and women who were prepared to defend their nation were prepared to put their lives to death against a tyranny who was obsessed with power. We are prepared to meet any consequences for defending what is right. This thing will not benefit us. It will benefit every Zimbabwean in generations to come. And we are on the right side of history. On why the opposition should not have defense mechanisms for itself, having known historically on how they are applying all the debt methods like disruption of even book launches and so forth. And having in the instincts of Tulani, it tells us that he knew that the moment we announced the holding of that press conference, disruption was coming on our way. That is exactly what they are looking against us. They are trying by all means to concoct lies and also fictitious cases against us, so that all of us, if they, I think at the present moment, they are cooking something to say all those people who are participated in the anti-threat agenda, those who were on the list of Harare press speakers and all those who were on the list of Ulawai, they are currently cooking cases against them to throw them into prison, and they suffer a long time of pre-trial incarceration. This is a result that we made when we initially decided to coalesce and come together as democratic forces in this country. That whatever comes our way, we are going to accept it and say, please bring it on. We are prepared for any eventuality. I thank you, host Uncle Jeds.
Wow, thank you very much, for that, Honorable Scholar. Stay there, and can I kindly request Mona Lisa to not, remove you from, or to not take a phone away from you, because we want you to be part and parcel of our panel in response to the questions, that are coming. Our time, ladies and gentlemen, is 18:49. I've seen Senator Jameson Timber in there. I've sent you a request, Senator Jason Timber. If you can respond to that request, I'll give you the opportunity to say something on this platform. On President Jacob Garufume, you have said there's a church leader who wants to be part and parcel of this conversation. If you can, repeat, their name again or their handle, so that I can search for them and send them, the request, and I'll bring them on, as a speaker. If you can do that, please, that would be very much appreciated. I've tried, sending a message, via your DM, but makasunga president vurai DM president. But anyway, yeah, if you can let me know the name of the church, representative, and then I'll bring them on, and would like to hear them. All right. Senator Jameson Timber, how are you? Senator Timber, you can unmute. Right. I'm not sure what is going on, right there. Senator Jameson Timber, can you hear me? Is he speaking, ladies and gentlemen? Honorable Scala, can you hear Senator Timber speaking?
No, I'm not hearing him. I'm not hearing
Okay.
him.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it means there's something wrong, with his mic. Senator Timber, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove you, and then I will resend, that request. I'm removing you now, but I'm resending the request, and if you can accept it, please. I'm sending you the invite, right now. Let me see if I can get to you. Right. They I've sent you the invite. I've sent you another invite. So if you can, respond, to that. Whilst we are waiting for Senator Timber, to come through, and the church representative to come through. Mofutadas, you can select the next three. Um, okay, so you can select the next three. Whilst you're doing that, let me see if Senator Jameson Timber can hear me. Senator, can you hear me? Right, there must be. I think there's something wrong, with the. Right, Senator Timber, can you hear me? He's not speaking, right?
Yeah, his mic is unmuted, but he's not. There's no sound coming out.
Oh. Right. Let me see if I can do this. Senator Timber, if you can check your messages. Check your messages, and then we'll try the plan B. Right. uh, Senator Timber, check your messages if you can respond to my message, and then let me see if I can try, calling you, and let's see if if it works, like what I tried to do with Honorable Job Scala. It works, but it's only that with Honorable Scala, there must have been something going on, with his network. Right. Okay. Let me over to you, Mofutas, if you can introduce the next set of speakers. Only three. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, is one question.
Right. Okay. So the
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.